The world is silent. No voices, no footsteps, just empty cities and the wind whispering through the ruins. But somewhere, deep in an untouched valley, someone is still alive. But deep in a hidden valley, untouched by radiation, one girl has survived. Anne Burden, played by Margot Robbie. She has food, shelter, and a way to live, but no one to share it with. For years, she believed she was alone, but the moment she lets her guard down, she finds out she was wrong. But here's the real question. What if the last two people on Earth weren't meant to be together? What if survival wasn't the hardest part, but trusting the wrong person was? And what if love, jealousy, and desperation became more dangerous than the end of the world itself? This is Z for Zachariah, a 2015 post-apocalyptic thriller where survival isn't just about finding food and shelter, it's about finding out who you can really trust. Anne's Valley is different. While the rest of the world was destroyed by nuclear fallout, this place remained untouched. No radiation, no destruction, just endless, eerie silence. Anne has food, shelter, and survival skills. But after years of silence, she wonders, is this a life or just a slow, lonely death? Then, everything changes. She hears something, a sound she hasn't heard in years. Footsteps. Anne freezes. She grips her rifle, heart pounding. Slowly, she moves toward the noise, and what she sees stops her cold. A man. The man stumbles into view, weak, covered in dust, barely clinging to life. He's been searching for safety, but his next move might kill him. Then he makes a fatal mistake. He steps into the river and starts stripping off his radiation suit. Anne's stomach drops. That water? It's toxic. Anne's heart pounds. She runs, shouting, but it's too late. The river has already marked him for death. Radiation is already in his system. Now she has a choice. Let him die, or take him home and try to save him. She chooses to help, and that choice will change everything. The man is John Loomis, an engineer who survived the nuclear fallout by hiding in an underground bunker. He made his way to the valley, hoping for safety. But now, thanks to the river, he's barely clinging to life. Anne saves him, feeds him, watches him. But deep down, she knows, saving someone's life doesn't mean you can trust them. Days pass. Fever, delirium. He's dying, and she knows it. But somehow, he pulls through. When he wakes, his eyes dart around, confused. Where am I? She explains. The valley, the radiation, the miracle that kept this place untouched. For the first time in years, she's not alone, and neither is he. Loomis isn't just grateful, he's useful. He fixes the generator, helps with food, and makes life easier. Slowly, survival turns into something else, something neither of them expected. But here's the thing. Is Anne falling for him, or just accepting her only option? Because before she figures it out, everything changes. Just when Anne starts believing she and Loomis can rebuild, someone else appears. His name is Caleb, and suddenly, everything she thought she knew was a lie. Caleb is everything Loomis isn't. Charming, fearless, confident. Anne notices. And Loomis? He never stops watching. Loomis watches. He listens. And the closer Anne gets to Caleb, the further he slips away. Caleb represents something Loomis can't ignore: competition. In a world where survival is already impossible, a love triangle is the last thing anyone needs. But now, there's no way to avoid it. Loomis, sensing the animosity under the surface between Anne and Caleb, clumsily bestows his permission for them to be together. Anne, frustrated, reminds him she doesn't need to be approved by him. Loomis responds passively, saying he won't interfere if she wants to explore something new. His words come off as patronizing and send Anne walking out. Over the course of the next few days, the three collaborate to construct the water wheel. After a progress, they reward themselves with a dinner and drinks. The evening is playful, and after some drinks, they take a dip in the pond. As the night winds down, Loomis, now intoxicated, tearfully confesses his love for Anne. She doesn't know how to respond, but gently helps him to bed. As she steps out, she sees Caleb, awake in his room. She hesitates, but when Caleb opens the door, she walks in. That night, their growing attraction finally turns into something more. The following morning, tension is palpable. Caleb is sitting on the porch with Anne, and Loomis knows it all at once. The once unified household is irreparably broken. The day starts like any other. Loomis and Caleb leave together. 2 men, 1 project, 1 goal. But as the sun sets, only one of them returns. Loomis returns alone. Anne watches as he walks in, expecting to see Caleb behind him, but he's not there. Anne's stomach knots. She steps forward, her breath shallow, her heart pounding. Where's Caleb? Loomis pauses, then tells her he wanted to stay at the water wheel for a while. His words are calm, but something about the way he says it makes Anne uneasy. She watches his face, searching for a sign that he's lying. That night, Anne sits alone in the cabin, staring into the darkness. She listens for footsteps, for any sound that Caleb might be coming back, but the night is silent. The next morning, she makes a decision. She walks to the water wheel, each step slower than the last. The wheel is spinning. The water rushes past, but Caleb isn't there. She stands at the edge, staring into the distance, hoping, praying that he'll appear. But he doesn't, and deep down, she knows he never will. The valley is silent, too silent. Anne stares at Loomis, the man she saved, the man she trusted, the man who might be a killer. Only John knows if Caleb truly left or met his demise. If you were Anne, would you trust him? Would you stay? Or would you run? Would you trust Loomis? Would you have fallen for Caleb? Or would you have left them both behind? Drop a comment. Whose side are you on? Team Loomis or Team Caleb? And if you love post-apocalyptic stories with crazy twists, check out our next breakdown, where survival isn't just about staying alive. It's about who you're stuck with.